So I done a film review earlier of Ghosts, which was focusing on the 2004 Morecambe Bay cockling tragedy, which involved Chinese migrants. The next film I want to review is a film that's somewhat related, but not quite. It's a different traction, and this film is Last Resort. It's a film by Paweł Pawlikowski, who, again, like Nick Broomfield, I don't know a great deal about. Admittedly, I haven't seen many of his films. I'm assuming he's Polish by the name. It's a film I've seen several times, Last Resort. It's a 2000 film, and it stars Paddy Considine, Dina Korsun and Artyom Strelnikov. So basically this film is about a young Russian woman and her son. She's probably in her 30s, I would guess. Her young son's probably about 11. And she comes to Britain thinking that she's going to meet the man that presumably she met on the internet, or at that time, who knows what, email or... but anyway, he jilts her. He doesn't turn up at Heathrow, and then she applies for asylum in desperation. And she's sent to a place called Stonehaven, which I understand is actually filmed at, I believe it's Margate or Worthing or one of those South Coast towns, I can't remember. And it's basically quite a bleak place. There's a single tower block. She's given kind of vouchers to buy basic amenities, but it's quite a bleak place. And her young son is quite streetwise. He falls in with a gang of local Romani kids. They kind of buy cheap spirits of local gangs. It's just kind of a gloomy resort town. But the one sort of light in her life is the local arcade manager, played by Paddy Considine, and he's a man with a past. But a man who's clearly caring, and he cares about her. But basically, to make ends meet, she gets involved with some dodgy characters. She's reluctant at first, but she ends up kind of approaching them, and she stars in, or rather she applies to be part of a kind of production which is X-rated. It's basically pornography for the internet. But she breaks down halfway through. She sort of, her background, she's quite a shy woman. She was a children's illustrator, so it's clearly not something that she's comfortable with. And she doesn't tell Paddy Considine's character about this. When he finds out, basically that sort of past comes back. He's got a ferocious temper, a violent streak, and he goes and basically trashes the place, disgusted that they would have used a vulnerable woman in this way. The film has humorous moments, obviously serious moments. It's a good movie because it's not kind of a cliche in that they don't necessarily just fall in love straight away. It's not like that, although there's definitely insinuations there. And eventually he basically helps her to get out of the country again. But I think it kind of just shows the loneliness of being a stranger in another land, and it's a clever film. Last Resort. It's very atmospheric. The way it's filmed, the background music, I'd describe it as atmospheric. Paddy Considine is an actor I'd like to see more of. I was going to watch Journeyman, which was he played a boxer suffering the effects of concussion. Also stars Jodie Whittaker of Doctor Who fame. So yeah, check out Last Resort, directed by Paweł Pawlikowski. Peter Bradshaw in The Guardian reviews it as not a wasted word, shot or scene, superb. Received numerous awards, including Most Promising Newcomer 2000 for Paweł Pawlikowski, Michael Powell Award, the Edinburgh Film Festival 2000, the Best Film, Best Actress, the Gijón Film Festival, Best Picture, Best Actress, Best Actor, Thessaloniki Film Festival. So it's an acclaimed film, and I can see why. I think that's justified. It's really those three central characters. There are other characters, but they are the three central characters, and it's yeah, worth checking out. Last Resort, and again, it's kind of a play on names. It's a resort. It's her last resort, so it's kind of playing with words there. So check it out. Last Resort 2000.